Alright guys, Phil here with BLP3 Motors. I got my boy Jason with me here today. You guys see the title. This video is all about the 2020 Gladiator and basically what would a monthly payment situation look like. These things are hot, these things are rare, these things are hard to come by, and it's so hard to get these things without a dealer markup. So we're here with a sales guy. He's gonna break down this process for us, and he's gonna give you no BS version of what you're gonna realistically pay on I believe a 2020 Gladiator Sport, because that's the most common affordable Gladiator.
Right. So the number one question I get with people walking in the doors, we get tons of people coming in looking at our Gladiators right now, is price. So Jeep guys, they're constantly, when this thing was a big buzz on the internet, a lot of customers were looking at the pricing that Jeep put out, and that got leaked and everything on the forums that you know, starting at $33,000 price tag.
It's a nice price tag.
You know what I mean? It sounds great, sounds affordable, but I feel like a lot of people got sticker shocked walking into a dealership and saying, hey, I want a Jeep for $33,000 or a Gladiator for $33,000, and then seeing that the MSRP on the same vehicle is $45,000. You know, so there's a lot of frustration on the market, and you know, I just kind of want to clear that up.
Yeah, so why is there such a price difference?
So when Jeep released those, they're talking about base price starting at, and 90% of the vehicles you're going to, or I'd say almost 99% of the vehicles you're going to see that land at the dealership are going to be optioned out. So, you know, when you're looking at a window sticker from Chrysler, Jeep, and Dodge, there's a total price and a base price. So starting out at base price, you're going to see on the window sticker $33,545 for, we're talking about a sport 4x4 kind of basic. And then you arrive at a total price, MSRP, $45,555, let's say, and that'll be after the way we ordered that car, or your dealership, local dealership has ordered that car with the specific options that we put into it. So
that's kind of the clear up between the misconception of what the prices they see on the internet on this base and versus how they land here. So okay, we were talking about how they come base priced at around $33,000. So what does a $33,000 Gladiator look like?
So $33,000 Jeep Gladiator, you know, you're going to get your standard equipment, pretty much stripped down. But I'll kind of read off directly from the, I got a window sticker right in front of me on
and
one
I'm about
side.
to throw it up there for you guys.
I'm going to kind of read off kind of what a couple features that you're looking at. Interior wise is the, you know, for radio, you got the 5-inch base Uconnect 3 radio, 373 axle ratio. Of course, your airbags and everything, all that standard equipment. Your command track part-time four-wheel drive system is going to be the standard feature. And that what's cool about the Gladiator is they come standard Dana 44 front and rear axles. So I mean, that's awesome. So that's what you're going to get standard equipment. Electronic stability control, your transfer case skid plates and stuff like that. The push button start is a standard feature in that car, but interior wise, you're not going to get anything that you're going to see that most of your comfort and convenience. Like I said, we already talked about Uconnect 3, 3.5-inch cluster, your standard bass 8-speaker radio sound system in that car. Let's see, air conditioning, that's standard. That's kind of neat to be in central Oklahoma. But going back to tilt steering, two-way manual lumbar adjust in the seats. Lockable behind the seat storage is also standard. So basically all your standard stripped down vehicle for $33,000. But I'm not seeing, you know, power windows, power locks, remote start or keyless entry, anything like that in here at all. So I mean, you're getting basically a very tiny portion of vehicle that runs and drives for $33,000.
And the dealers don't order them that way.
Right.
They don't.
That's the biggest thing, is once, you know, when you're looking at that starting at $33,000, that's what that starting price gets you. Once you start building the vehicle and getting them to the dealership, of course, we want to have the heated seats and all the nice features that you can get, and even in a sport. You know, so when you start talking about the security alarm and the leather wrapped steering wheel and the 7-inch radio as the smaller screen, you get into that Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, your trailer tow group, your cold weather group for the heated seats, heated steering wheel, and stuff like that. Your keyless entry, power windows, power locks, all the basic needs that one would want in a vehicle does add to that price, and that's how we arrive at your total price of, you know, $45,000 on a Sport. You know, so a little bit of sticker shock, because unfortunately nothing is free, and once you start adding over base, it kind of is how you get to that price. So don't get sticker shocked or thinking the dealership's messing you up, because we cannot change MSRP. That total price of the vehicle is something that is built with the options from Chrysler, so we can't mess with that. We can't alter that, change that, and then stick a window sticker up on that car. That's how that vehicle comes with those standard equipment versus, you know, optional equipment.
So now let's move into realistically, what does a monthly payment look like on a $45,000 to $50,000 Jeep?
So monthly payment, because that's how 90% of America buys their cars. It's all about what you can afford at the end of the month. You know what I'm saying? What you can afford into your monthly budget to be able to drive the vehicle that you want.
Right.
So there's a couple things that go into it. And the way I like to break it down to customers is using a pricing guide that's equivalent to payment. So the way we do it is every $1,000 that you spend in vehicle price, your payment's going to be somewhere on an average between $20 and $25. So that breaks it down to relevance of $10,000 vehicle is going to be somewhere between $200 and $250 a month. So if we're talking about a Gladiator, which keep in mind on a Gladiator there's no rebates, there's no incentives, so it's MSRP or bust.
And there's markups on them.
Yeah, a lot of dealerships are even doing the markup on them too. But so let's say for a Gladiator Sport 4x4, we're looking around somewhere between $45,000, $45,550, depending on options that your local dealership has, or specifically one that I have here. Your payment's going to be somewhere around $800 to $850 a month, and some paid more, some paid less, you know, depending on interest and your credit score.
So I know that most people, you know, they shop monthly payments, and so when they move into a new vehicle, their trade-in, they owe on their trade-in still. So I know that when people do that, they're in a situation where they're upside down, but they still really want the car. So what is like a scenario, like what is a best case scenario that you kind of win to some degree on the monthly payments or on the total figures versus not versus, but like getting into the car they want as well? Like, how does that work?
So when you're negative equity, let's say someone's $10,000 upside down in a vehicle, which happens a lot.
Yeah.
You're right there. You got $200 in payment alone.
Okay.
So if you're trying to keep around the same payment on what you're paying now, it's a math equation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm no math magician, but it's just it's just kind of how the numbers fall. So let's say somebody's negative equity in their trade. You really want to have rebates to help you out. So that's one thing I love about working for Chrysler, Jeep, and Dodge is that we've got all kinds of vehicles here for every situation of any kind of car buyer that you're looking for.
But if you're looking for the latest and greatest, and there's markup and all that good stuff, and there's
not
no
good
rebates,
for negative equity.
So someone who owes on their vehicle, this vehicle may actually not be for them right now.
No.
It may be a better situation would be to pay down that vehicle so you owe less and have less of a monthly payment added on to this, which is kind of hard to stomach.
Well, yeah, I mean you're gonna be owning one for sure. And, if you have negative equity, a Gladiator's definitely not the vehicle to be looking into. Right now, I would more look into a Ram truck. We had really good deals going on the Dodge Journey because it's all about that rebate that helps you cancel out that negative equity. So if you can find a vehicle, if you're $5,000 upside down in your trade or $10,000 upside down in your trade, you got a vehicle that's got $10,000 in rebates. It's all about what you can buy back of MSRP at that point. But don't forget, it doesn't just go away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So let's say your vehicle is $40,000 and there's a $10,000 rebate. It's $30,000, and you have $10,000 negative equity. You're still buying that vehicle for $40,000.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
you just
it doesn't go away.
Swallowed it.
Right.
I see. Well, guys, that little nugget was free. But so we're basically, for a Jeep Gladiator, you're basically looking at a payment of at least about $800, depending on your credit score and depending on how you have it optioned. It's going to go up from there.
Money down is the key.
Money down is the key, guys. So if you have any questions for Jason, I'm going to have his number right there or right there. But leave us a comment or make sure to like this video if you appreciate the information that we gave you, and subscribe if you're new. We cover a bunch of Jeep a bunch of Ram, a bunch of Dodge stuff, and I also cover Ford. But you know, basically this video was for you guys who wanted to give back. So please subscribe, please drop your questions, and make sure to follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter and on Snapchat. And Jason has a page too. Jason, what's your Facebook page?
I've got Behind the Wheel with Jason Heffernan. That's my name. Go check it out. You can follow me, follow the stuff I do at the dealership.
And I'll put his link in the description below as well, with his phone number. But guys, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, and we will see you in the comment section.